Hello everyone, this is Anish Verma and you are listening to the Empower Your Mind for Success podcast. I just finished doing a coaching video for my students around personality overview or personality types overview. I use the DISC method, the DISC method that is coming from John Maxwell team to help people understand about themselves, their strengths and challenges. So I thought it's fresh in my mind. I thought I'll quickly do a podcast around the same topic as well, and hopefully the listeners will find this interesting, and maybe you guys can even try to understand what kind of personality you are and what are your tendencies in general. So we all have heard about the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Basically the principle of treating others as you want to be treated in the first place. But there is another rule called as the platinum rule, which basically says do unto others as they'd like done unto them, which basically means treat others the way they would like to be treated. But then the question is, how do you treat someone the way they would like to without having any idea of what kind of a person they are to begin with? In some cases in some cases you don't. When you are trying to execute on a business, grow your business, you would end up meeting strangers or people that you don't know enough about. And if you want to apply the platinum rule to them, how would you go about doing it? So, personality types and their tendencies are very similar to detecting patterns. And this is not a new framework, or this is not a new philosophy to begin with, right? I mean, in 444 BC, Empedocles, one of the philosophers, came up with 4 personality types, and he used the environment and the elements of the environment, right? He came up with 4 personalities called as earth, air, fire, water. 4 years later, in 440 BC, Hippocrates came up with 4 different type of personality types using the fluids in your body, and he called them choleric, sanguine, phlegmatic, melancholy. I know they are mouthful, but we are talking about long time ago. And fast forward 1921, Carl Jung rediscovered this framework, and he came up with 4 different personality types called as thinking, feeling, sensation, intuition. And 5 years later, in 1926, William Marston redefined them, and he called them dominance, influence, steadiness, compliance. DISC. Dominance, influence, steadiness, compliance. And this DISC method is the basis of the personality type that I am certified from John Maxwell team as a coach to do, and that is what I help people with. So that is why I'm trying to cover this topic. Our personality is governed or at least influenced by 3 contributing factors: hereditary factors, our environment factors, and the people that we follow as role models. The hereditary factor, your genetic makeup, you don't have much control over, right? That is what you have inherited. The environment is also something that you may not have a control over, at least in the beginning part of your life, because you're living with your parents. But science has proven, biology has proven over time that environment has a bigger impact on your personality than your genetic makeup. And then the role models that you follow, your mentors that you have in your life, the people you associate with, the people that you spend most of your time with also have an impact on your personality. And this is all good news, right? Because out of 3 factors, 2 are in our control, or eventually are become parts that are more in our control than our genetic makeup. So the good news is that nothing is fixed, right? We continue to change. If you decide you want to change, you want to grow, you want to become a person who is someone that aligns with your dream and purpose, then you have to make a decision and you can change yourself, right? Now to understand the 4 personality types, I'll cover what their prominent characteristic is, and what the dominant fear is. People instinctively react to the dominant fear. No one can help it. That's how we are wired, right? We are hardwired to instinctively react to our dominant fear. So let me cover the DISC personality types in that order. So D, which is the dominant or direct decisive personality, they are born leaders, right? They are very direct. They are more outcome focused. They are more task oriented. They love challenges. You tell them something is impossible and they will take it specifically to prove you wrong. They're very direct in their communication. So that is why some people think that they are very arrogant. They're very stubborn. But that is not usually the case. That is what their style is. Only 3% in the world, only 3% people in the world are with personality type D, the dominant personality type. The second personality type is I, which is influence, right? Usually the people with this personality type are very inspiring. They are very talkative. They love to interact. They are usually, the soul of a party. You go to a get together and you will find someone who reaches out to you, introduces himself, herself, and talks to you a lot, and they just make the party fun. That is who the I people are. Right, 11% people in the world are the I type, I personality type. They love making friends. Their dominant fear is rejection. They do not like being rejected, that's how you can identify some of these people. They're very talkative, they're very engaging, they're inspiring, they're motivating, they're very emotional. Right, that is who the I people are. Now, before I go to S and C, I believe I forgot to mention the dominant fear of personality type D. Their dominant fear is being taken advantage of. Right, they do not like to be taken. They do not like that. But that is what the dominant fear is. Now, let me go to the personality type S. S stands for steady, stable, secure. These people are usually, they put their family, children, siblings as their top priority. They are very loyal, trustworthy. They are very emphatic. They are friends that you would love to have, because they always will give you their shoulder to lean on, to cry on, to share your stories. Right, 69% in the world have personality style S. And you want people with personality style S in your corner, because they are, if you can win them over, they are very loyal, and they will do anything to make sure that you are successful. The dominant fear of personality type S is loss of security. The last personality type is C. C means compliance. Now, these are your thinkers, right? They are very data oriented, detail oriented. You cannot win them over with generic statements. You have to show them the data. These people are usually, hey, show me the data kind of people. Your scientists, your PhDs, your inventors, they're usually all personality type C. 17% of people in the world have this personality type. Their biggest fear, their dominant fear, is criticism. They do not like to be criticized. If you criticize a personality type C, they will go into their shell, and they will not. You will not be able to win them over. But these are the 4 basic personality types. So now let me give you some high-level characteristics of each of the personality type. And as you are listening to this, think of yourself and think of the people near and dear to you, or the people that immediately come to your mind as I talk about these characteristics, because that will help you understand the tendencies. That will help you understand why certain people behave the way they behave with you, or why you think someone is trying to react to a situation the way they do. It is all because of their tendencies and the personality types. So the dominant personality type are born leaders, right? They have a very high ego. They seek authority. They are usually impatient because they are very task oriented and outcome focused. They desire change. So if you are trying to change a process in your company, or if you are trying to change the culture in your organization, usually you want to find the Ds in your company to help lead those initiatives. They will do whatever is required to make the impossible possible, right? They can do many things at once, and they respond to confrontation, right? So if you tell them cannot be done, they will do it, right? That is how you motivate a D. Right, so they are task oriented and they are outcome focused, right? That is what the characteristics of D is. The influencer, they are called as the communicators, right? They love to talk, they are people oriented, they are spontaneous, they are emotional, they are in the moment, they are very optimistic people. They love to encourage, they are very encouraging themselves, they persuade you verbally to do certain things. They are outcome focused, but they are people oriented, as compared to the personality type D for dominance is task oriented, right? Now D and I are friends. Usually D's and I's get along very well. Now the next one, personality type, is S, right? The S are called as the peacemakers. They are very loyal and trustworthy. They are team players. They are possessive, really possessive about their children, their family, their spouses, their community. They're great listeners, right? You want to have S in your corner. They resist change, however, right? They adapt slowly. They do not like too much change. They're very stoic. If you think about personality type D, the dominant, and the S, they are diagonally opposite and they are opposing tendencies, right? Ds and S's have opposing tendencies. Their dominant fear is loss of security. The last personality type is the personality type C, which is compliant. They are the thinkers, right? They are perfectionists. They love to be perfect at whatever they do. They are very accurate. They are analytical. They are organized. They are orderly. They are non-spontaneous. They don't like to talk a lot. They are very sensitive. So if you're thinking about it, right, the personality type C and the personality type I are diagonally opposite. They are the opposing tendencies. But C's are very passive and they are task oriented or outcome focused. I should say they're task oriented and they are passive. And personality type S are people oriented and passive, right? So usually the D and I are very active personalities. S and C are a little bit more passive, resist change, laid back personalities, right? That is how you want to think about. And if someone comes to your mind, that will give you a very good idea. Now keep in mind that multiple people or people usually have two personality tendencies, right? It's very rare they have only one personality type, like only D or I. Chances are that they will have at least two, if not three personality types. There are people who have all four personality types, but those are the people who can't say no. They're trying to please everyone and they're very rare and few. But most of the people have at least two, and in some cases there are three people, right? So if you think about D again, to summarize, their personality goal is to have control. They are born leaders. They're very task oriented and direct. Sometimes mistakenly assumed to be arrogant. They're a force of character. They're very stubborn. Tell them something's impossible and you would motivate them, right? They love to have fun. Their personality style is they would love to have fun. They're very motivational, encouraging. They love verbal persuasion. That is how they want to influence you, and to keep these guys motivated or to bring them into your box, you have to tell them that it is possible. You have to encourage them. They love that. They're very optimistic. Remember, personality type S, to summarize, their personality goal is to have security. They resist change, so they would like to keep things at the way they are. They're very participative. They're loyal. They're trustworthy. They value relationships. You cannot push these guys. You have to kind of create a pull. You have to make a suggestion and let them decide for their own if you want to win these the S types over. The C type, they are perfectionists, right? They love rules and regulations. They need proof and evidence for us to win them over, and you cannot just keep talking to these guys, right? You have to document it. You have to send them an email. You have to put it on paper. You have to put a stake in the ground to get these guys motivated and help them march along. with you, right? So these are the personality types. Now again, as you think about them, learn more about and hear them, and you can rewind this and go back and listen to it again. But think about what personality type are you, or what are your tendencies, right? And try to understand about yourself. John Maxwell always says, like, the law of awareness is, if you want to grow, you need to know yourself first. See, it is very simple, right? If you want to improve, you need to measure yourself. You need to baseline yourself. Only then you can measure. Only then you can improve on your personality. Once you know your strengths, then you can align those strengths with the business that you want to do. You can align your strengths with the mentors that you are trying to seek. You can align yourself with the people to surround yourself with, so that they have strengths that you may not have, right? That is why it is important to understand about yourself before you understand others, right? So think about it, right? What kind of tendencies do you have? What kind of tendencies does your spouse or your significant other have? Your children have? Will this help you understand them better? I hope so. I really hope. And if you need a personality assessment done, just let me know. Reach out to me and I'll happy to do one for you. Send me an email at anish@empowermindset.coach, and I will send you the key for taking your personality assessment. I hope you found this useful. Remember, you have unlimited potential. Own it. Thank you for listening. Until next time, take care.